Hi, I'm Lucas Mack. I'm a former TV reporter, a published author, TEDx speaker, musician, advertising agency owner, and management consultant. I'm also a former Christian preacher who dedicated 15 years of my life searching for truth and love. I've done a lot of work to heal, and I'm on a mission to see the hurting get healed and the healed go out and heal others, in order for all of us to experience the true love and light we desire. This podcast is me sharing my journey with you, so you don't feel alone in your journey. Welcome to the Golden Rule Revolution. Beautiful family, welcome back to the Golden Rule Revolution. I am Lucas Mack, your host. Thank you for joining. Today, I want to get right into it. It's another solo episode. I got some great guests coming up, but I wanted this week to talk to you one-on-one from my heart to yours, to talk about a lot of things that I'm witnessing and share some things that I think are incredibly important for you and us to remember. There is a U.S. election coming up, November 3rd. I don't know who doesn't know about that or who is not aware of that. But there is a division. There's a division right now, not only in this country, in the United States, and I know people listen from all over the world, and I honor all of you. I see the countries that you're listening from, and I thank you and I honor you for listening. Here in the United States, though, there's a division, and it's not a 50-50 division. That is not accurate. It's not 50-50, but there is a great division. And there are people who literally hate Donald Trump as a person and as a president. And there are also people that absolutely love Barack Obama as a man and as a president. There are also people that worship Donald Trump as a man and as a president. And there are people who worship Barack Obama as a man and as a president. What I want to talk to you about today is replacing one form for another is not breaking free from the form. What do I mean by that? There's so many people, let's say, in the United States that would call themselves on the left, those that despise Donald Trump, those that don't vote Republican, who are non-religious per se, non-Judeo-Christian religious. However, because they despise religion, they have confused themselves that they're free of a religious form when they idolize or despise a person in place of being the savior for them. And the same goes with people on the right. They idolize and despise a person for being the savior for them. It's no different than in religion, where you take Christianity, where Jesus is the savior of mankind, and you take for the political left Barack Obama being the savior for mankind. They won't say it quite like that, but that's essentially the rhetoric and the narrative that's around it. We need someone like this again, the progressive era, to bring this togetherness, unity, a better world, but they're doing it through the means that's the same means that they despise in the religious world. And it goes with, on the right side, the conservative side, people think Donald Trump is the savior, and then on the right side, the conservative side, there's people that say he might be the great deception. Look, politicians cannot save you. A politician cannot save you. And to the politicians listening, you have no job nor authority unless you were voted in. And to the bureaucrats who were not voted in, who have a self-righteous, smug disdain for the people, there are more people than bureaucrats. And the people are waking up to remember that. The people are waking up to see this binary divide of a two-party system as being the greatest fallacy presented as a freedom that the world has ever seen. Not because it's the greatest tyranny, but it professes the greatest freedom when it's indeed keeping man stuck, keeping man looking for a false savior, keeping mankind looking for someone or something outside themselves to make themselves feel at peace. And isn't that what the progressive world wants? Now, many of the means that they go about getting what they profess they want, be at peace, is usually violence and upheaval, revolution. And the conservative world thinks that if you just follow the rule of law and you keep playing by the rules, that it will eventually lead to peace. But you see, neither lead to peace. You know what leads to peace? Is finally waking up that you may have been or are deceived into believing a system. It's not a judgment on you. It's not that you're not smart or wise or aware. It's just like food. Fast food tastes good because they put sugar in it. It's not that the food's not food, but there's something added to it that isn't the best for you, which makes it addictive. It's the same with politics. It's addictive. And you can replace the political world with the religious world, and ironically, both need each other to survive. There has never been a time where religion has been separate from the state and survived for very long. That's why political borders are created to protect either the religious world, or the religious world is created to protect the political world. If you stripped away all the 501c3 statuses of every church, synagogue, temple, mosque, what would truly be left? When we took away our giving to professional orators professing to speak on behalf of a most high God, and we were left with just us, with us, in us, observing what's in us, and crying out to that most high God and communicating with that most high God, and not going through these means and modalities that aren't bringing the results. Look, you can tell a tree by the fruit it bears, whether that fruit be good or whether that fruit be evil. And what is the fruit being bore right now? The fruit being bared or bore, I'm not sure the right word, but the fruit being produced right now is division, anger, fear, control, confusion, division, anger, violence, accusation, all these things, be it right or left. And my brothers and sisters, I'm here to wake you up that this was never the intent of you coming onto this planet to awaken to your highest self, to awaken to the divine love of the Most High God, who has loved you before you even entered this planet, this realm, this density. And it is your turn to awaken to that, to remember that it is only love. It's only been love. It will always be love that is far supreme than any system of man, any opinion of man, any doctrine of man, any book ever written, any internet, IoT, AI, anything that was ever created. It will come to an end someday, but what will never end is love, and specifically the love that comes from the source of love, and it has no end. And the content that I write, I'm watching, I see who's like, it brings left and right together, as it should, because I'm human and you're human, and we're here to have this human experience to love and talk and dialogue and listen, and we don't agree on every single thing we believe in, but a belief is a conjunction of living. We all can experience different beliefs. You can change your beliefs, and there is nothing wrong with that. Belief is not a synonym for truth. Truth exists. Truth is, but it is our subjective reality that gets to believe and experience and look at different facets of truth. And we'll know the truth when we realize that we are more free. But if we are not more free, then it is not truth, because truth always makes us free. And mankind is far from free right now. Mankind is living in fear, masked, separate, afraid, harboring, confused, listening to media. I said to someone the other day, if you don't know what their browsing history is like, how can you trust them implicitly just because they come from a monitor and a device and they have a little nice graphic and stingers and monitors behind them because they're good at talking? That's why you trust them with your sovereignty? You don't know these people, but yet you've submitted your own sovereignty to their narrative, and their narrative comes with a price. They make money, make more power, make more control, and you abdicate your sovereignty, your intellect, and your will to fear. And fear keeps us from living fully as human beings, to connect, to communicate, to love, to listen, to dialogue. Not Barack Obama or Donald Trump, not Hillary Clinton or whomever. Forget politics. We're human beings. It's time to wake up. Not one single politician, not one single political party, not one single idea, be it communism, progressivism, socialism, capitalism, can liberate man. Yes, capitalism has raised more people out of poverty, but it's also created a greater dispersion of wealth, because people that have the means to play more with the means. Yes, but also the fallacy of everyone having equal distribution, also a fallacy, because someone has to make the distribution happen. Therefore, it is not equal. So we keep listening to these ideas that we think, oh, that's the right way, or this is the right way. And the only right way is love. Not in a touchy, woo-woo, soft, pathetic sense, but love. Love says, I will never do unto you that which I would not want done unto me. And if I would not want it done unto me, I will always check myself, will I do that unto you? So yeah, love will call out abuse. Yes, love will stop pedophilia. Yes, love will stop child trafficking. Yes, love will call out things that are antithetical to love. Because if you were in that situation, a loving person, you would want, if you truly wanted to be free and be loved, you would want someone to call that out if you have the humility to change. So there are greater issues going on than politics and the presidential election. And yet, the election is also representative of where humanity will go in the future. What if there was no media? What if you had no media for the past 4 years? And you went outside, not the BLM and the Antifa riots, not the terrible things that I'm watching even in my own city of Seattle, and my friends who work in the local networks here, the local TV stations, are getting harassed and abused. Not recent times, but think back the past 4 years. If you looked out and there was no media, can you separate yourself from thinking what the world would be like if there was no vitriol and division and accusation and blame constantly? But you looked and said, wow, The earth is beautiful. The birds are chirping. Kids are playing. There's life. There's vibrancy. Is it everywhere? Is life and vibrancy everywhere? Certainly not. But where it's not, it's just an indication there's a lack of love. The gun violence in Chicago, indication there's a lack of love. Why? Massive fear. Why? Because fear has gotten rooted in systemically into that South Chicago culture where gun violence has been perpetrated as the primary reason, when that is actually a fruit of the lack of love being preached from the beginning. Brothers and sisters, my deepest desire is that you awaken. That you awaken to the divine love that is beggingly waiting for you to crack open and get out of the system. You're not a Democrat. You're not a Republican. You're not even an American. You're not even an Australian or Saudi Arabian or Swedish. You're not this. You're human. A human that craves to be loved. A human that craves community. A human that wants peace and a better future. And the only means to create a better future is to do unto others that which you would want done unto yourself. To love the source of love so that you can receive love and give love to those who also crave love. It is that simple. It's not about being a Democrat or Republican. It's not about politics. Barack Obama had 8 years. George W. Bush had 8 years. Bill Clinton had 8 years. We had 24 years of politics that have done nothing except create more division. You've had 2,000 years of religion in the West and Christianity and 4,000 years of Judaism. And what has it brought us? Has it brought us more peace? Is there people out there teaching love? And then when the New Age world comes with the message of love, the religious world attacks it, just like the political world attacks the other side. It's all the same system. The system is made of fear to keep people in control. But I want to remind you of rugged individualism, divine sovereignty, sentience, beingness, breathing, and not letting, well, this says this and this says this, and well, don't you know, and if you don't believe this, you're not in my club. I don't want to be in the club that kicks people out of the club. That's a terrible club. I want to be in the club of love and unity and compassion and kindness and truth. The truth is the economy is doing great, and yet people on the left hate Donald Trump. Why? Because what are they blaming? A virus that was created by people who have a patent of the virus that also are claiming the solution to stop the virus? Is no one waking up to this? If you look at the mask that people wear to protect themselves from asbestos, it looks like a full-on military gear. But yet, just wear a little cloth, just submit to the system. Just, you don't have a right to get me sick. And, well, you don't have a right to get someone not sick if they want to get sick. I mean, it's an invalid argument. And we're living in fear. And it's time to awaken, to be courageous again, to be loving warriors, flames of fire, to go and liberate the souls, heal the wounded, save the children, bring out the women and children who are abused by these abusive men, these narcissists, these charming, smiling, have the right words, can say the right things, and can confuse you like, well, they're so nice. You can tell a tree by the fruit it bears. And if it bears the fruit, that means the tree is what the fruit bears. It doesn't matter if someone comes and puts a sign and says, this is a lemon tree when it's producing apples, or this is an apple tree when it's producing lemons. The fruit tells you what it is. It's time to awaken. Barack Obama is not the savior. Donald Trump is not the savior. A political party is not the savior. A religion is not the savior. God is divinely above in sovereignty, ruling over all 7 billion people on this planet, and all dialects and all colors, and from eye colors to skin colors to hair colors to sizes, tall, short, fat, skinny. God is the God of all 7 billion. And not only that, of all existence, wherever you go. Do not say, well, these people have to believe. You don't know. You've never walked a mile in their shoes. Let God be God to those people. You're not God. Just love those people and love God. That's all you were ever commanded to do. Love gives your highest good always. Your highest good. The Hebrew word for love is ahava, which means to give. So give God everything. Your fear, beginning with, give him your fear so that you can create capacity to receive love. If you think of a glass of water, if it's filled to the brim, if you pour out just a little bit of water, you have that capacity to receive love. But if you keep the cup upside down, you can have full capacity to receive love, and you can pour that love out to other people. And people who are thirsty for love, thirsty for connection, thirsty for someone to look into their eyes and acknowledge, I see you, sovereign human. Namaste. The divine spark in me honors the divine spark in you. I see you. You are known. You are loved, and you are worthy. Whatever has led you to the point of you and I intersecting, know that love wants to make you free. Free from politics, free from religion, free from the system, free from materialism, free from the monetary burden, to simply be outside of all these systems and to know, to go within and to search, where am I lacking love? Where am I not willing to go into memories? Why am I not willing to think of all the trauma and all the beauty? Why am I stuck in just wanting to look at good or wanting to get the next thing to keep me on this hamster wheel instead of just sitting in stillness and saying, all things have worked for my good. This is the great awakening, brothers and sisters. You are a human being. You are not a political party. You're not even a gender. You're human. And these labels have separated us and divided us and kept us from the true club that we were all intended to walk and live in and be an example not only on this planet, but into all planets. What love can bring forth. That is the truth. Thank you for listening, brothers and sisters. Soul family. I'm Lucas Mack. This is the Golden Rule Revolution. We're treating people like people, and nothing less is our divine calling to love people, to love God, to receive the love of God, that we may give the love of God to others. Thanks for listening. I'll talk to you on the next episode. Thank you, brothers and sisters, for listening. For support in your journey, go to my website, lucasmack.com.